Hello and welcome to Whitehorse RV. I'll be doing the video demo on a 2014 Keystone Hideout Hornet. It's a 28 RLDS. Alright, starting back here. Right here you have your cable input for campground cable. You have your cord here which stows away in there. It's a 30 amp cord, 110. You have a full-size spare on this model. You have 4 stabilizer jacks right here that are operated by a hand crank that is in the front compartment. This model has a power awning, external speakers. This here is the vent for the fan above the stove. Here you have your freshwater tank fill. You just fill that with a garden hose, and that water is if you're dry camping or you're traveling, you have your own water with you, you use your water pump to supply it through your plumbing. This comes with an outside shower. The water heater here, this is the outside of it. Out here there is an on-off switch right in there on the heater for the 110. This is also propane. This model here has an anode rod. It's also the plug to drain the tank. The anode rod has material on it that will grab minerals and drop them to the bottom of the tank. So if you pull out the drain plug and you happen to see things come out with the water, it's just the anode rod grabbing the materials and dropping them to the bottom of the tank. This here would be the exhaust for your furnace. You have a mount here for an external TV with a coax out for the TV and a 110 outlet. You also have the back of your refrigerator. You only need to go in there usually once a year just to clean it out. You just open it with these quarter turns right here. You can use a key or a coin. You just quarter turn them and you can pop it off. Coming around, you have your front stabilizer jack, your front compartment that goes all the way through, your propane tanks, your automatic switchover regulator. It has a sight glass right here. If that goes clear, you're full. If it goes orange or red, you are empty. Then you just switch your knob to your other tank, and if your other tank is full of propane, that will go back to clear. This also has a power jack with a docking light on the nose. Has a 24 series RV marine battery that gets charged either by when you're plugged in or your vehicle 7-way tow plug. Coming around, you have the info for your tire size and tire pressures. This has dual slide outs. Your sewer connection is down here. You'd hook your sewer hose to that and to the campground's sewer. The large valve there on the left is the black tank, which is the toilet. You'd leave that shut. Usually wait till 2/3, then empty it. Then shut it after it's empty and put your chemical back down your toilet. Over here is your gray valve, which is for your sinks and showers. You can leave that open while you're at the campground. And then the red and blue lines down there are the drains for the freshwater system to drain your freshwater system out. Here you have your city water connection where you put your pressurized hose from either your house or the campground to supply water through all the plumbing. Here's your black tank flush. This is a little sprinkler inside your black tank. You want to make sure you have the black valve open before you put water in this, and make sure you turn the water off before you shut the black valve. Overview of the outside. Now we'll head on in. You have 2 entrances on this model, one in the bedroom and one in the living area. Just step on up. This model has a recliner, which stows away in the corner here. Also, here's your control center. By depressing these buttons, it'll tell you to monitor over here your levels from empty to full in 3rd increments. You can check all your tanks there. You have a switch for your LP side of your water heater. You have an additional switch for the 110. You can leave the 110 switch on the water heater on and operate it from in here with this. If this light comes on and stays on, it means that the propane side did not light. You want to turn it off and turn it on again. This is the switch for your water pump to draw water from your fresh tank. This is to operate your power awning. By hitting extend, it will push the awning out, and by hitting retract, it'll bring it back in. It is a power awning. It uses gas struts to operate it, to push it out. So if it gets windy, it will allow it to move, and with excessive wind, you could damage it. So if it's excessively windy, you'd want to bring that in. This button here is for your slide outs. This has a hydraulic system. So there's one switch for both slide outs. When you hear it bogged down, that means it's all the way in or out. You have a light switch also. for interior and for your porch.
They're getting to roll out, getting ready to roll out.
Your fire extinguisher is right here for the by the door. Your smoke detector is, carbon monoxide detector is up there. Coming around here, you have your stove. You just light that like your grill. Actually, this one you need a lighter for. You just put it to light and use a grill lighter to light each burner. This is the hood vent I was telling you about on the outside. If you turn this fan on and you have that open, it will vent the air outside. It also has a light. Your microwave is a 110 household microwave that only works when you're plugged in. Now your refrigerator here is an RV refrigerator. So if you're plugged into 110 and you have it on auto mode, it's going to use 110 first. If it loses 110, it'll switch to gas or DC. You can also use the mode button to switch between them to put it on just gas or just DC. And you have your temp button here. The lines get brighter as you turn it up. Down here is your fuse panel. This here has all your 12 volt and 110 fuses. You have the LP detector down there lower. Your living area is in your slide out. Over here you have your entertainment center. This is a CD and DVD player that plays through the television. It also operates the outside speakers. You have speaker zones A, B, and C for different speaker configurations between outside and inside. Over here, you'll see back in here, this is your booster switch. With the switch in and that green light on, you're blocking cable in, but you're boosting the antenna signal. By turning it off, you are now allowing the cable line to come in from the outside. You have your smoke detector up here. Now your smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector have batteries. There's another carbon monoxide detector back here. They have their own batteries that you need to change periodically, whereas the LP detector is hardwired to the RV. So if you're going to let this sit for a while, you may want to disconnect your ground wire and your battery because they will bring the battery down. Now here's your Gfi outlet. This outlet controls every outlet that's on the Gfi circuit. So if you don't have 110 in outlet, I would check this first before I go checking the fuse panel. You do have a ceiling fan, a vent fan above your shower. It's right there. The switch for that is on it. Right there. And the crank handle is there to open it. You do have a stand-up shower with hot and cold. And a lock for the door that you always want to use when you're in transit. Now in this model, since this slide out comes in and out, you always want to make sure that this door is stowed away and clipped shut. So when this slide out comes in, it does not interfere with the door. Coming into your bedroom. Now your lights, even if they're on a switch, they still have a button in the center, which I will show you with this one. So all the lights have this switch. Some lights do have a wall switch with them. Other lights you have to turn on at the light. You have a place there to mount a TV in the bedroom. There's a mark that shows you where to put your TV mount, and there's a cable line and a 110 to connect the television. This model also has a little hatch that drops down to that compartment that you could use as a laundry hatch, which many people do. And then it has additional storage underneath the bed. Now, you have an additional 110 plug in the ceiling there if you want to put something here on your shelf. Your antenna is located here. The crank handle will raise and lower your antenna, and then you pull this down and spin it to adjust your antenna for better signal. You always want to remember to have that antenna down before you leave. And that is the demo on this Hornet. I hope you got all the info you needed. If there's any additional questions, you can call us or check your owner's manual. Thank you and have a good day.